think a very, very important thing to understand, especially when you're trying to create songs, right, is to remember that in order to create just anything, okay, you need to have lived, all right, especially because you're likely young, all right. Like when I was young, when I was 16 and I was trying to write songs, holy, it was so hard, okay, it was so hard, okay. But that is because I hadn't actually lived as much. All right, 16 years old, you haven't experienced so much. Okay, if you find it hard to write songs, you can take it easy on yourself. All right, because being able to write songs is about being able to express yourself. But how can you express yourself when you haven't gone through much? There's nothing to express, is there? All right, like especially if you haven't been in like a romantic relationship or something. All right, and then and possibly go through pain or just love and all that, right? That can give you a lot of fuel in order to be able to create. Okay, a lot of songs are just about love, but my point still stands. You need to be able to have lived first. Okay, so what I would advise doing, okay, especially if you struggle to write songs and like just nothing has really gone on paper, no ideas have come through, but you still want to create songs, okay, do stuff that excites you. Okay, do stuff that when you think about it, you haven't done it before, all right? Let's say it's camping, okay? You haven't done camping before, but you'd like to go. Then book maybe the weekend to go on a camping trip with your friends. You've never done it before. Give it a shot, okay? Give it a shot. It won't. You likely won't die if you're young enough. Then you probably won't die unless you're gonna be in a really cold country or anything, all right? But obviously be careful. All right, watch some videos about like how to camp and all that, but do some things that do excite you, okay. From that, a lot of things, you will learn a lot of things about yourself, but obviously you'll have a lot of fun as well, okay. From those type of experiences, you will be able to get a lot of fuel to create. It's very simple, okay. Being able to create comes from the heart, all right, and you need to be able to gather all those experiences in order to create, okay. Now obviously if you struggle to create, this isn't, to be able to create, it's not just about, having all these experiences, okay. Obviously it can come from being somewhat like unconfident, I don't know if that's even a word, but unconfident to create because you're scared about how others will kind of see you, right. But that's another part of being able to be just being an artist in general, okay. So even if you've experienced a lot of things, you might be like 25 years old and you've experienced a lot of things, okay, and you're able to create songs, but you're terrified because you're not sure how others would perceive you, okay. Now I want you to really think about that statement that I just said. You're really scared about how others will perceive you, okay. Songs, as you're trying to create them, are a reflection of you. You are scared of how other people thinks about your thoughts. All right, it's really bizarre. It's a bit. I can compare it to this, all right, especially when I'm starting to create songs. It's a little bit, and you'll understand this. You'll definitely understand this, especially if you try to start writing and you just did not like it. It's a bit like someone else is looking into your diary or something, right? That will probably make a lot of sense to you, especially if you write songs, okay? And they're like quite intimate as well. It's a bit like someone's looking into your diary, but you're kind of singing it to everyone, okay? Now, I understand, all right? It's quite terrifying. It's quite scary, okay? If you keep writing, okay, keep writing songs and you put your heart into it and you make sure, like, okay, I want to come across in this way and I know this is like me, I'm not trying to be anyone else. That's a very important point. Don't try to be someone else when you're trying to create. Go across as something that like you like, okay? Just, you know, the lyrics, all right? Whatever, if it's just instrumental, that's fine as well. But lyrics, make sure it's not saying something that you wouldn't say, okay? Come across as you. Keep doing that. You'll be able to learn more about yourself. But yes, you need to have lived as well. If you're young and you just haven't, if you're young, you just haven't experienced much, right? That's what my English teacher said anyway. My old English teacher, he said that writing stories is going to be very challenging for you because you're young, because you haven't experienced much. So I implore you to try to do exciting things. All right, go on adventures if you can. Okay, try things you've never tried before. Like even yesterday, I cooked my first steak, and that was very surprising. I'm like nearly 21, and I haven't cooked a steak before, and it was delicious. Slightly overcooked. Not too overcooked, but like more overcooked that no more overcooked than I would have liked. But I still enjoyed the experience and it's quite fun. And I also realized that like my normal lunch is more expensive than a steak somehow. But anyways, yes, you need to create. So no, you need to live in order to create, because being able to express yourself is all about being able no, being able to write songs is about being able to express yourself, and you need to be able to have lived to express yourself, to learn about these kind of things. All right, and then you'll also see these windows of reflection as well. You'll be able to reflect upon yourself as you write. Okay, and it's going to take you through some places. Okay, it will definitely take you to some places, and I'm warning you now. All right, being an artist is not easy. It's not just cringy or anything. It is genuinely going to be quite challenging, especially if you're trying to be good and honest with it. Okay, now hopefully that was helpful. If this was helpful, please consider subscribing, because I want to lead like a new era of musicians where we're all good and honest. We're all trying to help each other. Okay, we're all trying to be these models of society that people can look up to. All right, not like, as you know, some musicians who you wouldn't want, like let's say your kid looking up to. That's all I'll say. Okay, if this really has helped you though, check the description of this video, because I also do one-to-one coaching. You don't have to do it though, but if this really helped you, then it probably means I've we can vibe, right? And I will be able to give you really good advice. Okay, it's up to you. Okay, I'll see you later.